Last night I said a prayer with my husband and I said, Lord, give us dreams and visions, anything that you want us to share with people, reveal that to us in our dreams. And then early this morning I had a very powerful dream, and I felt the Holy Spirit very strongly, both in the dream and upon awakening. So I have some notes here just to make sure that I, say everything that I saw in the dream, and I'll go ahead and get started with it. So in the dream, I was outside, and all of a sudden, things started to fall from the sky. At first, I thought it was hail, but they were bigger and they looked different. They looked like sulfur. There was like hard, big, gray rocks. So I go inside, I open the door, and I touched one of these rock-like things that were falling on the ground, and it was actually hot to the touch. My husband came down and I said, things are falling from the sky. I saw a woman driving in her car, and she stopped, and one of her windows was down, and she was on the phone, and I could hear what she was saying. She said, "Why are they falling for so long?" So she was like very worried and scared. I took my phone out and I started posting on my YouTube community feed. I was like, things are falling from the sky. The rapture is soon. And then I said, Jesus, rapture your church. And I started to feel a strong vibration in my body. I started speaking in tongues in the dream, and it was like I had no control over it. Like the Holy Spirit was just pouring out utterance from my mouth, and I could not control it. It was just coming out. And it felt like the people that were around me were supposed to hear what I was saying. Like maybe what I was saying in the spirit was actually an actual language, so that they understood it, but I didn't understand what I was saying. So maybe a message in their native language to serve as a sign to them. And I could sense my husband was next to me, and he was saying like, she's just speaking in tongues, because some people were looking at me and I was just like speaking in tongues and just pouring out of me. It was one of those like you just have no control over it. In real life, I've never really spoken in tongues outwardly this way. I felt it before in the spirit, but I have never actually, was like that, like speaking in tongues. I saw a whiteboard with a message, and there was words and pictures on the whiteboard. Pretty much everything that I saw in the dream, I felt like it meant to relay the dream as a message. And what I heard next was very powerful. I heard the Lord saying, they didn't listen. Tell them they didn't listen. Judgment is coming. They didn't listen. It was almost like a cause and effect timeline. Like I could see everything in real time on this whiteboard. And it was like, oh, they did this, so now the judgment is coming, and they didn't heed the warnings and they didn't listen. And then I woke up feeling the Holy Spirit very strongly as well, and just very emotional. And it was very powerful. I will say this was definitely a warning dream. Judgment is at the door for those who are not heeding the Lord's warning. And he is speaking through people at this time, through dreams and visions, and just using people in ways to reveal or to get across this message. And some people are they're not listening, and they're not changing their ways. They're not repenting. So this is very, very important for right now. I really felt like I had to share this dream. We are so close to judgment, and when it starts, it's just like this whole everything that's going to happen, the 7-year tribulation, everything is just going to unfold, and we have to be prepared. We have to be ready for the rapture, and really have our hearts ready in a good posture for the Lord.